Happy Sunday. Turning negatives into positives. Okay, let's see what we're talking about here. Okay, hesitation purposely flipped over in the reverse. So, hesitating. Let's get some more. Not hesitating any longer. Maybe that's a decision you made recently. Withdrawal. Quit. Awakening, possibly. So, okay. They're flipping out so nicely. Origin. Taking initiative. It's like the Ace of Wands. Vitality, creation. Okay. So, memory. This also makes me think of, like, at the beginning, plant the root, like when you started. Origin, your origin story, and with that memory coming back. I think that's divine saying this is the track we're on. Or from the past, from the beginning, from when you were younger, possibly. So, no longer hesitating, giving up on that stuck energy, okay? Going back to basics, to what you knew about yourself before. You're remembering yourself, your origin, who you are, your essence. Illness. Dis-ease is also like, I'm thinking of the spirit. Mirror making, you prayed through your dis-ease or your spiritual misalignment, possibly. And now you're ready and prepared. Okay. So that's turning a negative into a positive. That's exactly what happened with you. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, homie deck. I'm using decks that sometimes I would avoid because I know it's likely to dwell on maybe murkier waters, right? But this is about turning negatives into positives, so I'm going with the flow. Because I feel like you came from murky waters, but now you're in clear, clean, pristine, crystal waters. Yes, divine says because the future is your focus now. So it's like combining your past and who you are, essentially that good spirit, that good outlook on the world with everything that you learn, you know, and kind of like filtering out the bad and keeping all the good is what I'm getting out of this. Prayer. Again, you must be a very praying person, prayerful. It's got you this far, I would not stop. What came out? Two, and I'll let these be. You can't hate the roots of a tree and not hate the tree. Here we are with that root symbolism again. I'm thinking this is saying you can't hate yourself. You can't hate where you came from without hating yourself. So you're embracing your roots, who you were before. Maybe you resented who you were, you know, at the beginning when you were a child. And you tried to change that aspect of you, but now you aren't wrapping your arms around that part of you instead. appreciating that part, using that part. Watch. It's time to profit. Divine timing sees the moment exactly, using that part of you now that you embrace to propel you forward into that future, maybe to profit even. It's divine timing. Wow, a lot of divinity over your life, and you're prayerful, so that explains that. And then we have here, I'm not going to ignore it, finance. Your finances will improve also. That's why Spirit had me looking at that money deck earlier, and I was thinking, not doing a money reading right now, but I see where it fits. Okay, with that finance. I'll pull 3 cards on your finance. Okay, wow. Okay. 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 Spirit. Okay. From negative to a positive. So you got to take what it is. It's the truth. Negative to a positive doesn't mean we only accept what's got cherries on top. I wish that life would be that way. But it's saying like turning those Sundays without the cherries into Sundays with cherries on top. Okay, because we have silence when I asked about your finances, in particular your uptick in the finance department. Silence is key. So not like going around, hooray, everyone, I hit the big time, you know, even if you want to do that, Spirit is saying, and I think you know this by now, to keep things kind of under the vest and not reveal everything about your private, it's your personal business. Well, if they assume based on your watching you closely with that, yeah, the next cards coming out make me think that you'll be scrutinized. See someone looking closely. It says science, but what grabbed me was the picture, especially after silence. So someone's like got you under a microscope and they're minding your business. So Spirit's saying be quiet. But if they assume, but it won't be you breaking out your spreadsheets or your budget, you know, for all the world to see. Then we have the underworld. This could mean many things. This could be who be. Okay, this could be who be watching you. Okay, who would be involved in scrutinizing you. Unconventional sources, hidden knowledge. These are words just jumping out from this card. So whatever this means to you, you will know. Yeah. So Spirit, that's just like a cautionary tale for your money. Okay? Anything else about your money? Because I don't want that to be the main message. I'll take 3 more cards. Okay. Okay, that's why I was in a reverse. Why? Okay. We have writer. You may not want to write a book. Every time someone sees this and they say, you might have written a book or you want to write a book, and people who have no interest in writing are left out, I think this can be expanded to mean that your words are powerful. What you write, speak. even think are magnetic right now. So you are manifesting at a high speed. Literally, what you write would be good for you as far as wish list. Well, gratitude list, future focus list, anything that you want to welcome into your world. And yes, wish list, whatever you write down, list, keep your pen and paper handy and close by. And the activation came in the reverse. So this is saying in the reverse here, according to the card, awaken your soul and tap into your ancestral memory and inner wisdom. So maybe not maybe, they are around you, your ancestors, but they may be guiding you and actually maybe paying attention to that list. That's what I'm getting. So write what you want. Granny may be taking a look while you write and taking note. Hey, but yes, okay. And receiving spiritual gifts, inheriting them, passed down gifts from your great people that you didn't even know about may have been spiritually inclined, and you may be inheriting those gifts. But then we have peacemaker. You're going to use those gifts to spread peace and light and love, is what I'm getting from this. And you may indeed be writing about peace or anything that promotes peace in this world, and that be connected to ancestral gifts that you have. Okay, so that was taking, staying in true tone of the message, taking this negative to this positive. Angel message to close us out. Aww, the best one, blessed. We had a lot of cards talking about you praying, divine timing, divinity all over you. Even your ancestors apparently watching what you write, what you think, what you say. Blessed. You are surrounded by divine favor. Blessed in ways seen and unseen. Know that you are cherished and supported by a higher power, and step forward with unwavering faith. Beautiful. And with that, I will see you in the next message.